Hi, we're here with Lizzie, and this is her second litter. Hi, Lizzie. You gonna say hi to the camera? You gonna say hi to the camera? Lizzie's usually very timid when you're directly like addressing her, but she's a great mom. She cares a lot. She's sitting up there because I told her not to go in with her puppies. Her puppies are in the whelping pen. She had six. You had six, didn't you, sweetie? Lizzie is just about 2.5 years old, so technically her first litter was a little early. We wanted to wait, but sometimes stuff happens, right, that you do not plan for. Our current setup, this is just the room that we whelp in. We're at about 80 degrees, and we have a heat lamp and the puppies inside there. If you notice right here, we also have a cage for Lizzie, and it's open. We have water and dry food all the time. Huh. And we have a little sitting that we kind of have finagled a chair up against one of our ottomans that we brought in here that we kind of lay across or sit when the puppies were younger. Currently, the puppies are 2 weeks old. So if we come in here and we look at the puppies, look at these little guys. They just started walking. They just surpassed 2 weeks. Lizzie's kind of, when you get close to the puppy, she wants to protect them. So she's going to come on in here and check on them. They're getting ready to feed. But we were lucky. I believe we got 3 and 3, 3 females and 3 males. And in this case, we got 2 Blenheims and the rest are tri. So as we look here, I believe, let's see if we can get a close-up picture of the puppies. If you notice, the last one over there is just waking up. Their eyes just open. If you guys know anything about the puppies, their ears and eyes don't typically open until they're 10 to 14 days old. So their eyes and ears have just started opening. And they're just recognizing when mommy comes and lays down, and they're working their way over. Normally, if they were little or weaker, I might assist them or help them come over. But it's really important that the dogs, as they get older, they learn how to get over to mommy and how to eat without assistance. I will help them, like if they wander around too long. But I like to see, because you could tell the other 4 just hop to it, right? So let's see if we can come in here and guide these 2 up to mama. Also, we have a little pillow in here for mommy. I'll show you how we do that. Come here, little one. There we go. We can put this pillow, which is actually one of those older airplane pillows, right? For when you take a trip on an airplane. And what I'll typically do is I'll train Lizzie kind of by pushing her down. Not hard, but just kind of firmly, right? And holding her down. She wants to lick her puppies, but a lot of times the mommy will get in a position where she's not allowing the puppies to get to her milk, right? So by pushing her down, just slightly, right? Kind of guiding her to the pillow and reinforcing the activity with petting, right? Because all dogs, when you pet them, they perceive that action as you're approving of what they're doing, right? So you can tell by her face, she's real happy when you pet her. But when you do this, now the other puppies, as you can see, I'll back out so you can see them. Look at this. There we go. We got all 6 feeding, and mommy is a trooper, because you can imagine the amount of food and energy it takes from her when the puppies are all eating like this. They're all well fed. You'll see that some of them have larger bellies than others, but as they start to drink, those bellies will fill in real time. You'll get to see those bellies actually fill. And again, these are King Charles Cavaliers at 2 weeks old. Let's see if we can get some good shots here, because that's what you guys are probably like, you've been talking too long, John. Get in there, show us those puppies. You can see the eyes open. Actually very beautifully marked. Sometimes you'll get dogs that aren't as well or desirable markings, but this whole entire litter has really great markings. So any of these dogs that you get, sometimes people are a little picky on the tries. You'll see on their back, you see all the black. That's called a saddleback. And that one's kind of a saddleback. You see more of the splotch on the 2 other tries. The tricolors are the tan, black, and white. Right? Under this red light, you can't see the colors vibrantly, but you can tell that they're different. We have this heat lamp in here that helps keep them hot. And then if we come over here at the top, you'll see there's a heater, and we keep that heater anywhere from 80 to 82. Usually the first 10 to 14 days is when it's most important. But we're at, let's see, today is, I want to say we're past 2 weeks, or actually probably about 2 weeks and 3 days. So these puppies pretty much can keep their heat really well, as long as you're not keeping the room in here freezing temperature, but we keep it pretty warm. And you see here that mommy now is kind of in a relaxed state. as we kind of pushed her head down and petted her. She kind of just said, oh, okay, I'll just lay down here. You also notice that we have this black bumper on the inside of our whelping pin. This is basically when the pups are younger, so mommy has a harder time smothering them. I know that's something sad to talk about, but oftentimes the mothers will sit on top of their puppies, and the puppies aren't strong enough to get out. So with these bumpers, that allows space for the puppy to kind of wiggle out, right, and get under there, just in case we're not around us to kind of watch, right? I would be remiss, or it would be unwise of me to tell you that we don't do that. The truth is, most of the time we're here watching when she feeds. Once the puppies get to about this age of about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, they're pretty much strong enough to get out. It's really hard for mommy to smother them at this point, but the first 10 days, I would say, is the most intricate. So during those 10 days, we kind of keep an eye on them. Now, as you could see, mommy started licking them again. Some of them are starting to wonder. I'm not super worried about these pups that kind of are a little chunkier, right? Because I know they're feeding, I know they're suckling, I know they're getting nutrients and milk from mommy, and I know they're not underfed. The ones that I keep an eye on are the ones that maybe don't have this big porky belly like this guy, this cute guy. I'll look at this one and I'll pay attention more because this one's not underfed, but it's growing at a normal pace and doesn't have that big protruding belly like some of these other pups, right? So you just keep an eye on them. You look at their activity level. If their activity level's high, there's nothing to be alarmed. They're really doing well. All 6 in this litter are doing really well. We had no scares, thank goodness. No stillbirths. Nothing that was, one of the sadder parts of breeding. This was a really good litter. Also, you'll notice here we have these brown mats and white mats. What we tend to do is we put these white mats out. They do a lot of their feeding and they go to the bathroom. Mommy cleans them up. And then we replace these every day just about. This other mat has actually got a little bit of hair that I probably should come in here and sweep up. But mommy loses this hair as her hormones increase with her puppies. And you see it comes off mommy. It's not typically the pups. It's more mommy's hair. But there you go. You can see them. We're looking at about 7 minutes now on the tape. I don't want to bore you guys with this because this is kind of what the puppies do at this age. They'll eat like this, and they'll eat until the point that they get tired, and then they'll pass out. But they're all well marked. Good pups. You see this one straggling. Again, I look at the tummy. I'm not too concerned. This one's kind of thicker, so I'll let this one work off those calories, right? Trying to find a nipple. You can lay down, Lizzie Pie. Now you can see on Lizzie's nose, she has a little bit more ticking. That's not normal. Well, let me rephrase that. It's not usually desirable markings with those. I guess you could call it tick marks, but some people really like those freckles, right? It's kind of what is a more general term, but they're really called tick marks. Lizzie, you see them? But she's an incredibly good dog. Lizzie is super sweet, super smart, super attentive. That's the word that I was really looking for, attentive. She's attentive to her puppies, but she's attentive to you as an owner. When I call Lizzie, she will come every single time. When I talk to her, she'll look at me every time. When I come home, she will run to my chair or to my spot on the bed, hoping that I will sit down next to her, right? She's a really loyal dog. All of them are like this, but each dog, you'll learn that each Cavalier has their own intricate traits. And Lizzie is amazing. She has longer hair. We're keeping her hair longer because she's only 2.5. Usually these Cavaliers don't get their hair fully grown in until they're about 4. So around that age, you'll see the really beautiful feathering, the really beautiful long ears, right? And so we want to take pictures when she gets to that age. On her belly, the hair will naturally fall out, but we have shaved her belly because we wanted to make it easier for the pups and easier for mommy when she's trying to clean herself, right? It's not always easy after they give birth. In the future, I'll be putting out breeding videos for those of you that are breeders, and I'll be putting out videos on exactly how to deliver. I didn't do so with this litter because I was too busy, and it is a very detailed process that requires multiple hands. So when that occurs next time, I'm going to have a video camera recorder, and I'll be in the video, and I'll give details. I'll also probably put this on our Patreon so that it can be one of the things that is not on widely available on YouTube, because some of the pictures when they're giving birth are not suitable for most audience, right? It's going to be more suitable for those of you that are really interested in breeding and have questions about breeding. So we're hitting 10 minutes on this video. For those of you that I'm sending this out to that want to see these puppies for this litter, that's great. I have yet to send it out as of today, the 28th of November, 2022. So like I said, that's when I'm taking this video, and I'll send this out in wide distribution, and I'll put it on YouTube for those of you that want to see it. Again, we're going to start following these journeys longer, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and I'm going to start giving out tips, tricks, and helpful hints for what to do with these pups. We've done this now for about 10 years, and we were really lucky with the lines we got. Other than the ticking on Lizzie, she's got impeccable lines. And for the dad, I'll show you guys the dad, Eddie. He is amazing. When I say amazing, he's a beautiful dog. He's been shaved because he doesn't like to have his hair. Let's see if we can get him. Oh, in fact, here's a picture of Eddie. That's Daddy. You can see the big, long, beautiful hair. And this is one of our other retired Annie. In there was Lizzie, but let's see if Eddie boy. Eddie boy, you want to give your entrance? There's Artie and Eddie, both of our males. Come on in. No. Oh, Vicky, I'll let you come in. Here's Eddie. Eddie boy. Focus on the camera for me for a sec. Eddie boy, come here. Sit. Good boy. Look at the camera so they can see you. There's Daddy. You can see his ears are short. We've shaved him down a little bit. He's wearing a band right now because one of our younger females, we don't want him mating with her. And here's Lizzie, who got up from her pups. And there's Artie, the replacement for Eddie, because Eddie's getting up in age. Eddie is now 9 years old, and he's free of eyes, heart, hips, everything. He is amazing. Lizzie is too, but she's obviously much younger. Artie here is just over a year old, and we couldn't find another pup to replace Eddie as good as Eddie's lines. And we looked all over the U.S., so because of it, we just took one of Eddie's pups. We're like, you're going to be the new line, right? And here's Vicky, which she's close to retirement. You just turned 7 a couple days ago, didn't you, sweetie? She's a doll. I mean, an absolute doll, Vicky is. And you can tell she's pretty good. So anyways, there's all our pups. I got 1 or 2 more Annies out there. I'm trying to think who else. I got Holly out there. But they're with their mommy. So I'll give you guys this video, send this out on YouTube so you guys can check it out. Here are the puppies looking. You'll see this is one of the cute things they do too. No, Eddie. I don't like to have multiple dogs in the pen because Mama gets protective. She'll nip or bark at them because she's looking out for her puppies. So I just keep all the other pups away. They can look, like they'll come up here. You'll see Artie and them looking over the top, watching their pups, which is fun. I don't mind that. But you'll see that there's an apprehensive look on Lizzie's face because she's looking over her 6 pups. So I don't like to put that stress on Mama. And Mama's kind of counting. You can see it's real cute. She's looking at everybody, cleaning everybody up, smelling, making sure they're good. Real cute. Real cute behavior. I love watching her because she's such an attentive mom. Now you look at the others. There's Eddie and Artie. Artie's kind of curious. He's only over a year old. Beautiful dog. He's going to take over Eddie. Look at you, buddy. You're beautiful. There's Vicky in the background and Eddie, the dad. Eddie, you look good for 9, buddy. You look real good for 9. He's a real good dog. Real good. Loyal. I mean, they're all good dogs. You'll hear me say that, but he's real good. Aren't you, Eddie? You get excited when we talk about food, treats, walks. Oh, man, yeah. And he does this little whine because he's so excited. He wants to, like, play or go do something. I'm getting him all amped up. But you'll be able to see the beautiful marking on the face. I mean, just absolutely beautiful dog. The head is large, too, which is desirable. You'll see here's Artie, his son. Same. Really beautiful, beautiful dog. And you can see the longer ears. It needs to be brushed a little bit, but you can see it. Okay, guys. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. Lizzie, you going to say goodbye? And Lizzie has a little nickname I give her because she wiggles. I called her Lizzie the Lizard. When I call her that name, she looks up all the time. Watch. Lizzie the Lizard. Good girl. I can get her excited. You'll see her tail go when you start calling her by her little nickname, Lizzie the Lizard. Huh. You're a good girl. You're a good mama. Okay, we'll let you guys go. Sorry, this video's turned into 15 minutes. Me and my yammering. Bye.